Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim, and welcome to a surprise Monday night stream. Yay! We're here surprise on a Monday night to play some Dead Cells. I didn't want to interrupt our normal stream time shenanigans to play a game that really is only just for me. I mean, come on. This game's fantastic, and I enjoy playing it, and I don't want to take any time away from our normal games. Like I said, tomorrow we're supposed to play more Telltale Minecraft, I believe that it is. And then tomorrow, or excuse me, Thursday, we're playing more South Park. Saturday, Wolfenstein. So I figured, why not just insert a day? It'll be fun. It'll be really, really fun. So without too much further bother, as you can see, there has been a brand new update here, update number 4. The brutal update, and I'm here to report, yeah, it is rather brutal. And Harwood, you're actually not alone, I don't believe. I think Dari and Colbo are in there with you too, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry to shout you guys out immediately, but yeah, calling out the lurkers, that's what I do around here. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, there have been a couple of changes to this brutal update, and we'll get to them as they come up, because they are a lot. So for me to sit here and list them all would kind of take, well, more time away from the game than I want to. So without too much further bother, let's jump right on back in. You remember from the last update, they added daily runs and leaderboards. We didn't really explore too much into those because, well, those aren't my kind of thing, you know? Some people really like grinding away at the same situation to get better and better at it until you are the master, to be a master. But honestly, that's not why I am playing this game so far. Maybe at some point in the future, but for right now. Anyway, you'll notice that the first thing immediately, there's a couple more bottles up here than there were before. They've added some weapons to the game. Yay! More weapons! A lot of them are new shields, which actually they made shields a whole lot better too, so I actually kind of enjoy them now. Strange that. And you'll notice that the record keeper has a lot more records that he keeps now, including the amount of monsters that you have slain of certain types and the amount of monsters that have slain you of those types, all the way down to possibly some enemies that we might not have faced as of yet. Anyway, and then there's also the time challenge door. This is where you can go into the daily challenges now. It's incorporated straight into the game itself. There's no longer any sort of menu interaction. Once you get into the game, that's where you can play all the aspects of the game. And so you can go here, do your daily runs with all of the weapons and the map itself set already. You can actually kind of explore where you're going to go immediately. Perhaps this lane all the way down to the southeast here may be lucrative enough in points to be worth going way the fuck out of the path. Let's call that what it is. And then getting around to the boss and actually slaying it. But, again, we may do that at the end of the night just for fun, because it can be really enjoyable, and there are times when that's what I want out of this game, but for the most part, we're just gonna do the straight runs for now, because there's still a lot of shit in this game that I have not unlocked yet, a lot of shit that I have not seen yet, and I really wanna really bad. So the first thing you'll notice is different about the weapons themselves is they are glowing. Oh my god, the weapons are glowing with different colored auras. Those different colored auras denote the stats that influence them. The stats themselves have changed. It used to be that you would upgrade attack, you would upgrade your side items, and you would upgrade your health. Those were basically your 3 upgrades. But now, they act more like genuine RPG stats. So, interesting when I'm getting that stutter. I was not getting that before. I wonder, ¿por qué pasó? Get back to full screen. Okay, we'll see if that stutter keeps happening. Anyway, so, it does. Curious and curious here. Anyway, I'm assuming that's because beta is beta, and maybe because I'm streaming it right now in 60 frames a second. Anyway, so, you'll notice that the numbers next to my health bar, right down there, are now red, purple, and green. The red stat influences the weapon damage of these red weapons. So the blood sword, God, that is really gonna get annoying if that keeps happening. And also of the shotgun. But the shotgun also is influenced by this green stat, my survivability stat. And that stat can go, also majorly influence my health. It's the only one that does. Awesomely enough, here's a stat boost right here in front of me. So we can actually just genuinely see what the new stats do. Brutality is the red stat, and it gives you 43% damage for red equipment. And then the tactics gives you 43% damage for all violet equipment, which is most of your side weapons. And 39% active cooldown for all of those skills as well. And then, of course, that also gives you a slight health boost, but only 18% versus the 40% in survival. Survival also gives you 43% damage to green equipment, which is most shields, and as it turns out, my shotgun. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm gonna take. You also deal 30 damage per second after a successful shield parry, which we'll get to in a little bit. Because like I was saying, shields are actually not so much of a bother this time around, now that they've kind of changed and buffed them a little bit. This game has been really great about taking community feedback about how the weapons can all be improved. Because, I mean, let's face it, the game wants you, the developers want you to want to try all of the weapons, to want to try all of the styles. And one of the new weapons that was added in is this double-notched bow. It fires 2 arrows at once, dealing 110 damage per arrow, and I think has 12 ammo. Not too shabby, but it's a purple stat bow, which means that it won't get the benefit from my survival stat. It does make the viscera of dead enemies explode, inflicting 10 damage per explosion, and I think it does like 6 or 7 explosions every time you kill an enemy. But not as good as my shotgun, so I'm gonna hold down the right shoulder button and recycle that bitch to get a good chunk of change from it, to make sure that no loot gets left behind. I think that was put in the 3rd update, but I don't remember whether or not we talked about it. I got my first active cooldown item, the Vine Grenade, which was added in the 3rd update, and will actually be very useful in, yep, locking them bitches down so that I can shotgun blast them to the face. So let's see, making my way downtown, walking fast, shotgun blast, and I'm homebound. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da-bum. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Shotgun blast. This shotgun's still one of my favorite weapons. I've had it probably one of the longest of the rare weapons that I got, but my God, is it just the best. Turns out now that you can recycle even food that, say, you're too high health enough to eat. Kind of useful. And I want to say that they even added in a new diet, the Castlevania-esque. I'm curious as to what that changes food into. With the monster diet, it was guts. But I wonder what the Castlevania diet is. Wall chicken? I'm guessing wall chicken. I'm guessing lots and lots of wall chicken. That big drop down still feels really great. And so, one of the next changes that was done to the game was the collector now no longer upgrades your weapons. They decided that the upgrade system was a bit too mundane for their liking, and a lot of people kind of tended to skip over it in favor of just unlocking things. So that has all been removed and will be replaced with a later one in, I think, the 5th and probably final, I'm hoping final before the final release, update to the game, which they're kind of teasing out details of here and there now. So I think I'm gonna dump my 9 cells into one of the new categories, merchandise category, which means that the merchants will always offer a certain category of items when you meet them from now on. So the weaponsmith will always offer a good weapon. The cook will always offer a good food item. You know, that sort of thing. The jeweler will always offer a great jewel, you know. And we'll dump our measly little 9 cells in there. I know it doesn't seem like much, but they add up over several lives. Okay, into the toxic sewers we go. Now you'll notice that one of the levels was missing from that first stage, at least as far as I've seen so far. Well, that may not necessarily be true. One of the ways that you could access the hardest level from the first stage was changed. It used to be that you used the Zap Totem to get to what was known as the Ossuary, which was the hard stage, which got you straight to the boss level after 2 stages as opposed to 3 or even 4. You don't get as much opportunity to power up, but taking that path leads to the assumption that you as a player are either too cool for school and you have gotten good sun, or you just happen to have good enough equipment. Nice. To survive that kind of horror. Do so love that shotgun. But that Zap Totem, this Zap Totem here, was actually replaced in the first stage with a new method of transversal. The drop. The drop kick actually now functions as a break through brittle floors once you unlock a certain rune. I have done so, and so now it is a big purple plume that will break brittle floors, which I'll probably end up showing you sometime during this floor. Hopefully sometime during this floor. And get to other hidden areas. I believe that there's even one more past that. I'm gonna take the infinite bow because that infinite arrows is always better than any other kind of bow, and this one does 100% damage to a burning target. Now, I don't have burning yet, but it's possible that that burning sensation is just around the corner for these monsters. But so it's interesting that they still, at this point, have added in 2 new stages that I don't know how to access yet. I'm assuming you have to get further than I have yet and beat bosses maybe that I have not. Or go through paths that I haven't gotten to. Hey, Queen. Yeah, I know. Surprise stream started at 8 instead of the normal 7. I got bored, basically. My roommate started to do raids tonight, and I got really, really bored. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play Dead Cells. And I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play Dead Cells for people to watch me and make fun of me. Because that sounds like way more fun. I'm actually gonna take the tactics this time, so that not only does my infinity bow now do way more damage, but the cooldown on my vine grenade is way less as well. Oh, sad that. Funny how it works out that way. It's as if it were planned. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am sorry. But hey, the other thing was I didn't want to play something. I was mentioning at the start of the stream. I didn't want to play this during one of our normal stream nights and kind of take time away from it. So I think tomorrow, after we finish up Batman, I believe that we will finish up Batman. It'll be a double Batman night. That's my plan. Because that sounds way more cohesive than Batman and Dark Cells. Wouldn't you say? Ooh, what do we got here? Balance Blade 3. It gives a brutality boost and a decent damage boost as well. And also plus 175 damage on a frozen target. I'm sorry, you're right. That's what I meant. I keep thinking that it's Batman tomorrow, but it's not. It's Minecraft. But I don't really like the balanced blade. The balanced blade with its regular wholesome damage, it's very milquetoast, I'll say. And I don't really prefer milquetoast weapons. Ow, Jesus, ow. Those poison bats do not play around anymore. Yes, Harwood is right, as does the Frozen Wilds DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn. gonna have to heal, like right now. Otherwise, this run would have ended a little bit more prematurely than I would have liked. Although this giant vat of poison really does not help. Ooh. Why, yes, I will pay a measly 1,400 gold for a huge stat boost. Maybe at some point I'll find another green weapon that I can use, but for right now, ooh. We'll just find a brittle floor that leads me back to the old sewers. Yay! I haven't been to the old sewers since the update. I'm guessing because I needed the ability to break through brittle floors to get there, and I did not have it until just recently. Like, last night, recently. Because I can't stop playing this game. I literally can't stop playing this game. It's too much fucking fun. There have been other games that I've kind of gone to back and forth on my free time, but whenever I run out of those things, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna load up Dead Cells because I know I can have fun with that thing. And especially since they keep updating it on a regular basis. I kind of really hope that they're able to keep up that sort of pacing once the game comes out, because that's what a game like this is going to live and die by, is the things that are going to be added in later on. Look at The Binding of Isaac, and the fact that that game has basically quintupled in the amount of stuff that is in that game since its initial release. And it's kind of amazing. Also, eat all of my bleeds. And I desperately need damage boost, because we are not doing enough anymore. Jesus, for real? Even with all those stacks of bleeds, he didn't die? Also, I'm noticing that there is a mushroom cap up here. I'm gonna have to take him out. Quick. Oh. Yep, that's a good start. A few more bleeds. Uh-oh. Look out for them spikes. Excellent. Man, that takes a lot more swinging than I really want to do for those guys. I am making my way through this stage. Some kind of slow. Wait for it. Because wall cake. Cakes. What the French is that? Oh my god, I know what it is. So, they've updated some of the enemy types as well. And this is one of our old friends that I was hoping never to see again. The one that spawns the little jumpy demons when you kill it. Yep. It actually looks much more like its final form now, in that it has a one of those lamprey heads on it. And you'll find that much like the ball launchers from the opening stage, excuse me. Yes, Queen, exactly so. I kept thinking it's Batman tomorrow, but it's not, it's Minecraft. But yeah, so now these guys look much more like what they spout out. Fuck. And that it goes along with a lot of the other enemies that are going to be in my goddamn way. Yes, so basically after I finish Minecraft tomorrow, I will continue playing Batman, which that will be what you miss. Son of a bitch. It's like I can try and do a little something to him by the time I get up there, but ooh, well, actually worked a hell of a lot better than I thought it would. Somehow that vine grenade does good damage, quote unquote. I know, color me shocked too. Yep, gotcha, bitch. Almost. Nice. Okay, so I do enough damage now. I just have to live long enough. Which means I desperately need one of those amulets of damage reduction. Like, that is an imperative. And I got plenty of money. Just need to find I just need to find a store. Son of a bitch. Okay, the quick bow have shots that pierce the first target. I think I'm gonna take the Assassin's Dagger over the Blood Sword. Not only does it do way more goddamn damage, but also that whole critical aspect. And I think I'm gonna keep my infinity bow because, again, infinite arrows beats all other kinds of bows except a better infinity bow. So what do we got here? Ooh, an elite shield guy. I think I can take you down, no problem. Especially with my fancy new crit dagger. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. He hurts. Oh, he hurts. Oh, and I'm dead. I got stun locked in a corner and I died. Note to self. Don't get stun locked in a corner and die. That is bad for one's health. Motherfucker. Oh well, we're doing that again. This time, I'm gonna take a bow and a shield. Just to show off the new shield mechanics. So, and when you parry with a shield, not only does it reflect all damage and projectiles, but... Wait. Is it just me, or did you guys see my projectiles going back the opposite direction? Weird. Anyway, Jesus, stop it. But there are other kinds of bows that you can get too that allow you to, let's see. This one stuns blocked enemies, and then the stuns are last longer when you parry. And that lets me get in a couple of bow shots. Boop, 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 boop. Nice, nice. So it turns out shields can end up being a lot more practical than at first thought, especially when you can double parry like that. Yes, sir. Now, the other thing that you can do is just hold up the shield, and doing so actually lets you take reduced damage. But you have to do a complete parry in order to avoid all damage. Like so. I think it's a 75% reduced damage factor if you are just blocking as opposed to a full parry. And with survivability comes increased damage after a shield parry. So, not only does your shield parry itself get stronger, absorbing 75% damage and inflicting more damage, but you also start to deal a bleed when you do that. Let's see here. Shots pierce the first target. That's not bad, but again, rule of infinities. Especially when I can just block my way through most of the damage around here. Now, things are gonna get crazy pants when you start getting a fuckload of enemies coming at you at the same time, like that. But if you're just calm, patient, and wait out your turn, no harm done. Bring it on, bitch. Nice. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize you could parry that thing back at him if you're at the right angle, I guess. Boop. Nope, not there. Damn it. Here? Nope. Fuck. Nope. Fuck. Okay, so maybe I'm not a shield master yet, but it's still pretty fun. I'm getting better with it. Hey, Juno. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Also, let me heal myself. Let me heal myself. Block that bitch. Let's see. Another survival token, says I. Even though really, I could use more damage in my bow. But at this point, I'm kind of just gonna rely on getting better bows. Let's see. Greed shield level dose. Blocked enemy attacks and shakes out loose gold from enemy teeth. Also transform enemy arrows into gold. But it does not stun my enemies when I do so. So I won't have as much opportunity for an attack back. But we gonna make some money. We gonna make some money. And that's the point of this shield. Hence the green shield. Oh, damn it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Boop. And it does more damage when I block. This is the shield I've been waiting for. My spiked shield does significantly increased damage when blocking. So, we's about to have some fun, y'all. Let me go ahead and warp on back over here because I want to see if I can get to maybe the ossuary. Back to the boss. Something like that. Maybe even one of the new stages. Would not zap me. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so much more damage. Fuck you guys. Like, for real, I don't even have to... I don't even have to try anymore. I imagine that once you get a high enough damage fucking parry, yeah, it really makes all the difference in the world. Boop. Really? Huh. Interesting that parry did not deal damage to him, I noticed. Also, that is the full extent of the dungeon. And I did not see anywhere where I had the ability to go through the floor. Except maybe this... Nope, this is the vine that I used to go up. So maybe, just maybe, there really is no more access to the ossuary in the first stage. Curious. I wonder why they do that. Also, that's very sweet of you, Juno, to be so excited for one of my streams. I'm just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time. And then I play games and be very entertaining and handsome. So let's see here. Also, I shaved yet this morning, and so I feel like a whole new man. Oh my god. I feel like that He-Man fucking meme. Just hey. Sorry. I say, what's going on? Oh god. Nice. Can I parry? Can I parry? Ooh, that's a lot of parrying going around here, and I am a happy boy. But if I don't get an exact parry on those things, guess who takes some poison damage? Not as much poison damage, mind, but some poison damage. Also, I'm not really using my grenades as much as I should. Fuck you, and parry. Damn. You know, I've come full 180 on these shields, man. I absolutely have. I hated shields for so long. So long. Hell, you've heard me talk about the shields a lot on stream. That one's bigger. And the bigger they are, the harder they die. Jesus Christ. But here I am actively using and choosing to use a goddamn shield because, well, they're easier to use and better to use and more fun to use now. And have better results, and there have been better shields, and holy shit, that was a critical hit. You know, I gotta admit, I am too. I love this fucking game. I think I may do like a best of 2017 kind of roundup at the end of the year, and one of the categories will be most unexpected game. And if you had asked me at the beginning of 2017, the early access game I was looking forward to the most, excuse me, I would have told you We Happy Few. Because at that point, we actually all thought it was going to be more of a linear-based, kind of Bioshock-y kind of game, rather than the roguelike first-person atmospheric non-horror game that it turns out it is. But Dead Cells firmly took that spot many times over. Many times over. Harwood, it's still in early access, it's still in development, it still looks like ass, unfortunately, and I hate it. It still looks like, unfortunately, exactly the wrong kind of game for what it is. They're trying to, I think the last time I saw an update about it, they were trying to make the inventory system actually manageable, because up until that point it had been just very rote and menu-like. But then again, that was about, I don't know, mid-September? So I'm hoping they would have got it fixed by now. So, one of the other things that have been put in here is this guy. There is no one. Interesting. Sometimes, there's normally a dude in there. And he says something to the effect of, "Give me back my rune!" And then we flip him the bird and we walk on. Not there this time, though. Curious and strange. Also, I'm assuming that the fact that I have 3 survivability and 1s in both purple and red category are exactly the reason why my infinite bow, as great as it is, at just repeatedly whipping ass, is not cutting the mustard as of yet. Let's see. Poison the victim. Absorb extra damage when held up. Creates a force field for 3 seconds when you parry. Nah, I'm good. However, I should probably sell that bitch, because it's an extra 1,000 gold. I know I've got $21,000 right now. Ah, fuck. But you never know when a big time purchase is coming right around the corner, baby. Yep. And hit me again, Ike. Put some stank on it. Got it. Really? There it is. I was like, why the fuck is he not dying? Ooh. Nice little treasure chest. Ooh. We have ourselves our second new item that's been uncovered tonight. Vampirism. Where, as we deal damage, we heal 3 HP per hit for 10 seconds. Tactics boost there, and also all damage taken is minus 5%. Now, you can only use this once per stage. You're able to refill it back at the fountain between stages. But it's a very effective secondary heal should you ever need it. Because as it turns out, especially if you're using a weapon that strikes rather quickly, like this bow as it turns out, I can pump out a lot of arrows over the course of 10 seconds. And if I can happen to line up a whole bunch of enemies when I'm weak, guess who's dying that day? Not this guy. Incidentally, I should probably make my way over to that shop next time I find a warp point. You know what's funny, Harwood? I actually just caught up on DuckTales yesterday, and Jesus Christ, that show is way better than it ever had any right to be. I pray that they bring it back for a season 2 because it deserved it. It was only 8 episodes long. That was all they called for out of a season. Why are you not dying? With every one of those parries, you should be a dead boy. There we go. Jesus. All right, down here. Let's see if maybe we can get another weapon. There's a better grenade. It's bear traps down there. Or I can replace it with an ice grenade, which would let me do more bow stuff. And it also has all damage taken minus 5%. Not too bad. And frost-related slowdown lasts 4 times long. Ooh, but never mind. Swarm of bite crawlers come from your enemies. That is my second favorite ancillary skill. First favorite being light the floor on fire around you. That shit is the best. But spawning little biters is great too, because seriously, look how much damage they do before they poof out of existence with the cutest little noise ever. I almost feel bad for their inevitable demise. Almost. They are just tools after all. Tools for the slaying. Wow! Okay, that is not the right direction. That is not the right direction. Dodge. We're not. Ooh. Seems that the more damage I deal to them on the way out the door, the better outcome for me. You know, I think instead of going down to the ramparts, which would take me a long fucking way, I am going to go up here instead. A, because it'll be the secondary way out of the level, and B, because I believe, bingo, there is a lovely little stat boost right here. And I could use some extra brutality in my life. Yes, please. Bam! Breaking through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Old Sue is here, we coming now. Break on through to the other side. And I've got 26 cells in my pocket too. Burning a hole in it. I've got a new shield I can unlock too. Deals damage to all nearby enemies when you block an attack. And deals critical damage when you parry. Yes, please. Which is way better than my spike shield. Let's see. 143 to 329 damage. What? Versus 61 and 98? I don't know. Even in level 3, somehow the Punisher shield doesn't seem as good, but I'm gonna give it the old college try, especially considering that my bow is way better now. So I figure let's do this thing. You know what ends up being kind of fun, Juno? In this game now, with the way that they rearrange the stats, you end up building much more of a hybrid build and almost more of a flat line. Like so far, 3-2-3 ain't winning me no award shows, but it's getting me through the areas pretty decently because I had enough health there where I didn't die in one attack. And I imagine, being in this brand new stage, we had some potential to get up there. Like so. Nice. And I end up just fucking back. Oh my god. Yes, they did. And a couple of other changes to it as well. Oh, come on. I don't need no shielding. I need a full-fledged parry, baby. And they added a lot of secondary actions to parries in this as well. There we go, and boop, and boop. Nice. Including the ability to parry projectiles and make them deal damage to your enemies instead of you. Which is kind of amazing. Turning those archer arrows and worm eggs into your own awesome awesome weapons of death is, I'm gonna say, the second, maybe third best thing about this game so far. Change that they made in this update. Fuck you, fuck you. Nice. Ooh, that's a new shield. Oh, god damn it. I wonder if it'll be as decent as this punishment though. Because I gotta say, being able to deal damage in an area around you, kind of not bad. Stuns blocked enemies. Oh yes, this is the KO shield. But it's not as much damage. I think the only thing I'm gonna end up replacing this shield with is either a better regular weapon. Basically, I think at this point, if I got like one of those backstab daggers that deals double damage, you know? Ooh, that's my new favorite way to deal with the enemy biters. That shit was amazing. Oh my god! I did my body stomp right onto the spikes, and I got impaled through my innards. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt so bad. And now I'm a dead moss. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? I'm able to keep 1,500 of my 15,000, excuse me, of my gold through the trials because I have the most that you can carry with you through each. Instead of a raw percentage like it used to be, now it's flat, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. But I don't think I want the force shield. I think this time I'm gonna take the big ol' heavy sword and my bleeding kunai. Yeah. I still have not figured out how to open this door though. That is a big mystery to me. And I am never gonna look that up online because I don't want to find out that way. I want to just one day happen to be able to open it and never really know exactly how I did it, but know that I am awesome for doing it. And because I'm just carrying around an extra 15 grand at all times now, being able to buy that 1-up heart is basically a no-brainer if you run into it in this first level. Ow. Ooh. You know, they upped the damage on an electric whip significantly. So I'm wondering if it might not be a bad idea to replace my kunai with them for now. Just check this shit. It actually kills a thing. It actually kills a thing. Oh my god, who'da thunk it? The whip actually kills a thing again. Yes, yes it did. But it says that to activate, or to interact with any door. It did eventually let me interact with it, only to then do nothing. You know, I think instead of going through the sewers this time, I'm gonna go back through the promenade, because I'm wondering if maybe they put the access to the ossuary in the promenade instead of in the sewer. Also, I would have totally missed over the stat bonus, which I would have kicked myself in the butt for. Greed shield. Nah, I'll be greedy and just take the gold from it. The range on this fucking thing now, man. They really did help out that whip a ton. And just make it a viable weapon again. You know what? I think I'm gonna try and do this challenge again. I haven't tried to do a challenge area in a while. Let's. Go ahead and get my last boost of caffeine before we jump in here. These portals can be ultra deadly. I've got 1:20 to kill 36 enemies and get to the end without getting hit at all. Not once. Not one time. And there's gonna be a lot of enemies with a lot of different ways to hit you. And if you fuck it, guess what? You only get one shot at that, bucko. Tough titties. Try it again next time. I've never, not once, beaten that thing. Never, not once. Not once, never. Let's see. Ceiling turret 2 has projectiles burn the ground behind them. I think I might take that. Flashbang causes all arrows shot in victims to fall out of them. That's kind of very useful. And also with the stun. But it does so little damage. Then vampirism always covers the ground around you with oil and lights it up, baby. But it heals 6.1 HP per hit over the course of 10 seconds. Instead of the 3 that the last vampirism that I had did. I think I'm gonna take you instead. And I could pay 1,000 gold to sell whatever's in here. Crap. For a net loss of 350. Sometimes that can be worth it. Sometimes it'll net you an extra 100, maybe 300 if you get a good item that's behind there. I don't know. You gamble with what you can. There are very few things that are in your control in this game, but losing money is one of them. Okay, off to the promenade we go. Now, I don't think a whole lot has changed about this stage, much like the sewers, except for the fact that the time door is now much closer to the opening, and much less easy to miss. Wait, what? Why is there? Oh my god! And now sometimes there'll be, I guess, new bonuses in here, because I could pay 4,000 gold for an extra 8 souls. And I think that that's a pretty worthwhile investment to me. That's what? Around 500 gold per soul? Not too shabby. One of the other enemies that changed, I think they changed in update 3 though, was the dashing skeleton. Remember, he used to be a white skeleton that sort of dashed to you and slashed. But now he's a much more fleshed out enemy, similar to the purple skeleton that used to throw those balls, is now the purple blowbeat guy. He looks almost like a cancerous pustule of explodey death. And I like the way that they changed a lot of the enemies. And I like a lot of the enemies that they've added into the game too, which we'll get to in some of the new levels. Should I actually make it there? Oh, Mokujin. Yes, of course, you have to kill the Moku statue if you want to get rid of the shield around your most annoying enemies. Hep, hep. I don't remember if they had this in the third update, but you may notice that every so often after I kill a certain number of enemies in a row, I get the damage boost symbol over my head, as well as kind of running in a much faster little, almost Naruto ninja run. And that is actually a mechanic that was added in not too long ago that is sort of a combo kill system, where the more kills you get in a row like that, the more of a damage boost that you get. Wait for it. See if I can activate it here. There it is. That's the first stage. Oh, Mokujin. Ow, motherfucker. I think you have to do it without getting hit though, which unfortunately already takes me out of the race. Take my flame. Oh God, my flames of aggravation were not enough for him. That worked though. Nice. Also, I'm pretty sure that now with this electric whip, any enemy that follows me down into the water will actually take lightning damage whenever I strike with, like extra lightning damage whenever I strike with my whip. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe that that was something that was done back in like the elemental update. Jesus, back before fire damage was a thing. Oh my God. Ah! Cheated death. Holy hot hell. That was about to be super bad, you guys. I almost lost 27 cells there. That's a lot of dead cells. Oh my God, and I'm about to do it again. I'm about to do it again. Yep. I need so much more survivability. Like, the next maybe couple of upgrades that I get are gonna be in survivability. Ooh, new shop. Heavy grenade, bear trap, and have the victim suffer bleeding damage when they thaw out. And also, a little bit of extra defense there. I mean, why the fuck not? The ceiling turret, unfortunately, will not be of use by the time I get to the boss, which will happen sooner rather than later now that I'm in this stage. So, I feel like... Oh, Juno, I bought an item in the first stage, a 3,000 gold heart that basically gives you a second life. It's Enos Eagle Ox, I think is the name of the item, something like that. And it's very, 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 very fucking handy. I know what I said, chat. I know which one I said I was gonna update next. Don't you hold me to my words. Just because I say things out loud doesn't mean I actually mean them. Oh God, I feel like that's definitely gonna come back around to haunt me. Please don't take that out of context. But you see now how I just lost that big stat boost that I had. And we've just come to what I'm assuming is my next upgrade that I'm gonna get somewhere along the way. The ability to jump up those ravines there, because at this point, even my upgraded fall doesn't quite do the job there. So I don't know what other method of transversal they could give me other than maybe like a jump? Maybe? But I'm sure we'll see. I'm sure you know, if I can actually get there at some point, we will see. No, I don't think I want the ice bow. It has way too few ammo to actually be useful come time to fight a boss. Fuck you. Oh no. Why did I hit the boss? Why did I hit the phaser boss? Of all the bosses that I could get stuck with right now, why did it have to be this one? Because the phaser's already fucking dashing around everywhere chasing you. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Fuck that guy, I'm just gonna go. Oh, I'm just gonna go. Sweet, merciful Zeus. Because I'm not equipped to be able to kill him right now. I'm just not. As much as I would love to, I'm just ossuary. Dope. We're heading on to the ossuary, ladies and gentlemen. And that's probably where I'm gonna get killed again. But at least we can make it there. With the 30 dead cells that I pulled out of there. Cannot be held permanently. Deflector grenades and shots are sent back with more power. Not too bad. Or we can get the Impaler. A spear that inflicts a critical blow if my victim is up against a wall. Which will happen less often than I like, so I think I'm just gonna dump those in the merchandise category. Yummy, yummy. More health flask in my tummy. And when we did that, if I still had the vampirism, that's where it would be restored. In that healing at the fountain action. I need to go make myself a glass of tea, but it's all the way downstairs. And that would mean not playing the game for a couple seconds. If only I had a Kagebushin no Jutsu. Damn it, this door was sealed 5 minutes ago. Fuck me. They expect you to get through that first 2 missions in under 3 minutes? Holy hell. Ow. Ow. Fuck you. Fuck. Oh, no. No. Fuck you. Jesus, already. Within the first seconds of this stage, I'm already at ass-nannigan levels of getting fucked with. Slowdown is where it's at, baby. I guess we'll just wait for the ice grenade to come back. Kill it with fire. There we go. Wait a minute now. I just realized that my electric whip deals a lot more damage to enemies that are burning. So perhaps, dumbass, we should maybe be using that combination of things. Of course you did. Of course you did. No, of course you ended up throwing the grenade in the wrong direction. What direction did you need to go in? That way? Okay, I'll throw it the other way. Just fuck it. That's what I do. Like that. I'm just really glad that the broadsword actually stuns enemies. You. Ow! Took me down all the way to 11 health. That is redonkulous. I'm so glad that I got a perk a long time ago that made it so that when I would take fatal damage, it goes down to 1 instead. So I already have one way to cheat death, and basically I ended up getting a second. Now, question. What's the point of having enemies burn when they die if the weapon itself also causes burn? I don't care. Shots pierce all enemies. Oh my word. It might almost be worth taking it. Even though I would be losing my electric whip, which deals more damage to burning enemies. Because shots pierce all enemies. It's kind of great. If it had good stats on it too, which it doesn't give any bonus stats at all or any damage reduction. It would probably be a much harder sell to me. But as it stands, it's just a pretty decent weapon. It's not quite the awesome upgrade that it could and or should be. Speaking of awesome upgrades that could and or should be, I'm thinking an upgrade in brutality is in order. And I believe this is the elevator that will take me towards the end of the stage. But instead of going there, I think I'm gonna explore a little bit more and get some more power. What do you guys say? Roll those dice a little bit more. Roll that beautiful bean footage. See what kind of mischief we can get into. I've already wasted 1 extra life. What's the worst that could happen now? Ooh. All damage taken minus 10% causes all arrows to fall from victims, and frost-related slowdown lasts 4 times longer. Done. Plus a free bonus tactics. Yes, please. Which, because it's a bonus tactics, gives me extra health. Gives me extra health. Gives me extra health. Love it. Nope, that's not the way down. There we go. None of that was brittle floor that I could break into. Ow, ow! Fucking, what? Bad place, bad place, bad place to be. Bad place to be a Tim. Woohoo! There we go. I dropped down in a very bad spot, as it turns out. There we go. Especially when hitting these spike guys, I gotta remember to use my ranged weapons because they will absolutely murk me with those spikes. But all I gotta do is freeze and frozen flames. Yes, that story of Ice and Fire ends in tragedy, son. As probably will the actual Song of Ice and Fire. Okay. Damn! That is an extra 16 souls that I just bought for basically all of my money. Now, if I can escape here with all of these, Tim will be a very happy boy. But the bad news is, Bears, we've still got half a stage to go. Fuck. This is only the beginning. More survivability. Oh my god, more survivability. Nice. That is so much extra health that I desperately needed. I just pop my head up, whack, 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 and then I fall back down. It's the warrior's way, right? Whack, 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 and then I fall back down. Whack, 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 and then I fall back down. If you never face your enemy head on, you can never be called a coward. Good news is, guess who can't get me up here? Doo-dah, doo-dah. Guess who can't get me up here? Oh, the doo-dah day. Fuck your fucking face, you stupid fucking prick. I'm gonna spread my flames. Spread my flames all over the place. Nice. Oh, nice. And the extra burning damage of enemies burn when they die. I don't get it. I don't care. It's still awesome. Plus 100% damage on a burning target. That's not bad, but I feel like I'm gonna need both of these grenades to be able to deal with the incomplete one, who is coming up sooner rather than later, especially considering that now, this should be the end of the stage. After another chest. Oh my god. I can't believe I got my Backstab Assassin Dagger at level 5 that deals 175% damage on a frozen target. Oh, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. Oh, fuck, we're not at the end of the level yet. Not even close. Fire grenade. Ice grenade. Nice. Let's see. Nah. I think this time I'm gonna do tactics to kind of even it out a bit. Fuck you. Damn. That is so much more death than I have been capable of dealing at any point so far in this particular run. Tonight. In tonight's runs at all. Fuck you. It's like, in particular, I just don't want the spiky guy to ruin my day. After all this winning that I'm doing right now, I do not want Spiky Boy to ruin my parade. I would be very, very mad. Of all the people who could ruin my day, it would be Spiky Boy or Easter egg totem with lightning damage. One of those two would end up absolutely flaying me. Due to my own stupidity. Really. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. My own fucking stupidity. Hey, Kisty. Welcome. Good timing. I'm just talking about my own fucking stupidity. You know, Tuesday. Well, Monday, I guess. Bad news is, with this dealing 175% damage to a frozen target, guess how many times you can do that damage? So to that boss, while it will be very, very useful, we'll have to kind of use it sparingly in order for it to be its most effective. I'm gonna have to hit him with the flash freeze and then make sure I can nail him with that backstab before he comes back around on me! Ah! No! God! Ah! So many cells lost, son of a bitch! Fucking stupid, flicent asshole! Why don't you take your goddamn hood, pull it over your face, and suffocate? I hate those things! There's so much unnecessary range. Why do they hit with like a flamey goddamn, what's his name from King of Fighters, Terry Bogard pattern? I hate that shit. Oh my god. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna go make some more tea because that's gonna end up hurting my throat yelling like that. And that's gonna happen a lot because, well, you know what? Death is gonna be around the corner a lot while I'm playing this game because, well, we're playing more Dead Cells, ladies and gentlemen, and I need all the help that I can get. The Brutal update is just that, in fact. I was able to make it back to the ossuary, almost back to the fucking boss, and then I lost like 40 fucking cells. Oh my god, I'm so mad. So mad. But this too shall pass, and we shall make another pass at it when we come back. Don't go anywhere. This will actually be maybe a little bit shorter than 15 minutes. I'm gonna see. It definitely won't be the 3 minutes after the 0 mark like I normally do because I want to play more. And we don't have as much time tonight because I started at 8 and I want to go for a little bit longer. So yeah, stick right there. We'll be right back. You're watching this on twitch.tv/Leftwich. My name is Tim Leftwich. If you like the game we're playing, go ahead and consider buying it, and it helps support the show. Or consider hitting that sub button. Either way, you get something, I get something, win-win situation. Stick right there, we'll be right back. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen germs. Welcome back to more Dead Space. Dead Cells. I've been thinking too much about, well, the fact that Visceral Entertainment is no more, and we will never get another one of those. Sad. Rest in pieces. All the necromorphs over there. What the fuck? Secret bow. Beginner's bow. And it replaced my other bow, and where's my other bow? Bastards! Oh. Huh. How the fuck about that? So if you so desired, you could pick up the very beginner stats back over there. Huh. But it will cost you whatever you happen to have in that slot at the time. I'll bet you if I had picked up that beginner sword, I would have probably lost this nutcracker that I have, which, well, I don't want to lose that bitch. This nutcracker's great. Especially considering the fact that it stuns enemies that are over 75% health. And that happens to be most of the enemies when I find them. When I leave them, they are a lot more worse for the wear. We'll put it that way. Bam! He just fell from the fall damage. You know, Juno, I'll agree with that. I think that the first game was very much a horror game, the second game was much more of an action game, and the third game was a microtransaction shitfest. So it was unfortunate that that series was not able to mature in its proper way, thanks to the fact that it was literally taken over by EA. Kinda sucks balls. And at the time, a lot of people were like, uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. EA are really bad about kind of axing companies that maybe don't necessarily meet their ridiculously awkward expectations. And apparently, I think it was like 5 million some odd copies that Dead Space 3 sold, and turns out that wasn't fucking enough for them. Because EA doesn't want some money, they want all the money. Hi Cat, welcome. Glad you could join us, dear. Go and pump those measly 3 cells that I got into there. And I don't need to refresh my my potion pouch because I didn't use any of them. So we can just proceed on. Up, oh fuck. Is that now too far? Oh, nice. Okay, so I guess it's not quite too far to be able to jump over here and get up here still. I was wondering if maybe they had hit another blueprint up there now. It's been a little while since I've explored some of the secrets of these levels. Speaking of secrets of these levels, I should be finding that time door somewhere soon, right? Ow. After all, it's supposed to be much closer to the beginning of the level now. Ow, motherfucker, stop hitting me with that shit. But I ain't seeing it. Instead, I'm just seeing a lot of my death. I'm just seeing a lot of things that will eventually be my death. So maybe perhaps we should go. Maybe perhaps we should just go and chug a lug. Jukebox and a sawdust floor. Sorry. Very few people will get that reference. Burn your tummy, don't you know? Chug a lug, chug a lug. Sweet. Looks like that zapper ended up getting the fuck out of here. So I can actually, ow, god damn. Focus on the Dasher again, who in and of himself is a bitch. Thankfully, my Nutcracker will keep him nice and stunned for a minute, but as soon as he breaks this threshold here, I lose my stun vantage. So, ow, and he hurts a lot more. And now he can teleport, and now he can do much more. Ow, damage when he hits. So I kind of just need to stick and move, kids, stick and move. Float like a butterfly, sting like a slightly venomous butterfly. It's not like we can hurt very bad right now. Come on, one more. Oh, god damn it, all my arrows are stuck in him. The good news is, they kind of changed up the way arrows work. No, fuck! Cock! To make it so that arrows will fall off your victim over time, but not as fast as if you kill them. So if you're running a bows only build, say, you can't necessarily get stuck in an enemy that you can't kill because you pumped all your arrows into him and, well, you're out. I like the beginning part, that was the scariest. Yes. I agree. You know, I thought Dead Space had really great pacing for having the game start you out by being very afraid of every necromorph that you find. But by the end of the game, it's not so much that you're so powerful that they don't stand a chance, because you can still very quickly find yourself in a situation way beyond even your capabilities. It's that, you get such visual upgrades to both the bigness of your weapons between your starting pistol and what you end up with, and the upgrades that your armor take, that you just feel so much stronger by the end of it, that you're almost begging for the challenge of the necromorphs. Despite how scary and atmospheric it is. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I forgot the shotgun bolts only have a limited range by comparison to some of their bigger bow counterparts. Fuck you, and I trap baby in a corner. Okay, I got a minute 23 left. I got a lot of ground to cover. A lot of enemies to kill too. Hip. A lot of enemies that can absolutely destroy me if they get half a mind to. Come here. Which they don't even have to absolutely destroy me. All they gotta do is hit me once, and it's game over. Bam, bam. I'm down to 14, and I've got a minute left. It's maybe absolutely the closest I've ever come to beating one of these things. He says, most likely completely jinxing himself. 8. Ooh, boy. Okay, that's a good start. To a good finish. Oh, fuck. If that turret had not eaten the blow for me, holy shit. We would have lost at literally the last enemy. And I would have been so mad. But instead, we win! Yes! Fuck yes! That is the first time I've ever actually beaten one of these things. And it turns out you get a buttload of cells and a pretty decent weapon for doing that. 20% damage when inflicting a critical hit, which only comes when below 50% health. But it's the first purple-red sword that I've seen yet. Interestingly enough, so it might not be a bad idea because then I can just pump into purple. Well, nah. Because then I'm losing damage out on my shotgun without being able to pump it into red. Although chances are, as soon as I get a better bow than the shotgun, I'm gonna change it out anyway. So I don't know. I just don't like the a weapon that makes you ride below 50% health in order to do its best damage. I feel like that's just a tightrope that I don't want to walk. Do I look like a flying Grayson to you? The answer to that may surprise you. Speaking of, Infinity Bow. Oh, god damn it, I sold it. Fuck, instead of picking it up, I sold it. Cockhammer. Oh well. I don't know if you noticed, it was only a level 1 Infinity Bow, and while it does have infinite arrows, I think my shotgun is slightly stronger. So it's not a huge loss. It is a loss. It's definitely a loss because it has an infinite range and infinite arrows. But it's not the worst loss that I've ever done. Oh man, can't take that Castlevania cake because my health's already full. Challenge me, enemies! I really should not say that. Eventually they do challenge me, and as it turns out, I've died on this second stage before tonight. So like, maybe, just maybe, don't taunt the enemies that can kill you in a couple of hits. There's smart guy. And boom, baby. Boom, baby. Through the floor, baby. Yep. Bang, bang! Through the floor, baby. Oh god. Bang, bang! Question. Why does this Mokujin have damage to it? Because I don't think I've actually hit it. But I have hit the shields of my enemies. Do they die when I deal damage to their shields? Because if they do, that's a fucking game changer. As far as very useful information to me. Crap baskets. That's a Nutcracker level 3, which deals damage times 2. Although takes damage times 2 as well. Mayhaps I'll be back for you later on. 6,900 gold? Mayhaps. I don't know. I need to make a lot more muns if I'm gonna get that, because I don't know if you remember, we were running around with like 20 grand to start out with, and then I bought 20 fucking souls and lost them all. That's the gamble you take. Hep. Hep. Oh boy. That actually deals a lot more damage to them than I thought it would. Wow. And when you pump all 4 bullets into them at the same time, that's a death move. And I do love me some death moves. Oh no, he's got another shield. Oh boy. I found myself in a very precarious position between a cancer blob and a hard place. Oh, there, 12 seconds ago, son of a cock-smoking French whore. Are you serious right now? Male or female, there's no gender bias here towards French whores. They go both ways. Both genders are French whores over there. And I guess technically both can be whores over here. I don't know, I mean, right? A gigolo is the same thing as a male whore, yeah? As far as I'm aware. Maybe there will be some gigolos that write to me and claim offense to that. I'm not a whore, I'm a sex worker. Shut up. Don't care. Playing Dead Cells right now. I'll deal with your PC-ness and also your penis later. Ah! I'm glad that they seem to have upgraded the amount of fall damage an enemy can take as you knock them off a singular ledge. It used to be that they didn't take any damage at all, but now it seems it almost does a half bar. Happy about that. So mad. I'm so mad that I missed that fucking time door by seconds. And like almost single-digit seconds too. If I had not stopped to deal with some of these Mokujin statues and instead just proceeded on towards what I hoped would be the time door, we'd have been much better off. Oh, fuck me. I'm at 4,924 gold right now. And I could really use that upgraded nutcracker right about now. Because I love being able to stick enemies in stuns and all. But I feel like the more damage that I can do, fucking get through the door, you moss head, the better. And me having to deal so many hammer hits just isn't quite cutting it anymore. Ooh. Oh, it's wall chicken. Thought it was another challenge room. Not wall chicken. Not wall chicken at all. Wall survivability. Nice. 324 health now. I'll take it. Looks like this might be the spiky section, so I'm actually gonna use my camera to my, oh, it's another place I can't go to. To my advantage. And I was kind of looking down instead of making leaps of faith. Unfortunately, it didn't really help me as much, but you know, always got to be on those safeguards. I've plunged into the spiky pits way too often for my liking these days. I feel like we should be learning our lessons by now. You saw the stats at the start of this of how many times I've died to various enemies. Uh-oh. That was close. That was also close. Closeness is continuing. Got him. Ooh, I think I will pay the 1,400 gold because I guarantee you. It wasn't quite worth it. Unfortunately, as well, you know what? I lied. Having this ice grenade makes the this war shield a little bit war spear a little bit more worth it now, because it does deal increased damage to slowed enemies, and also it has a critical hit, which the other weapon did not. Dealing damage to a slowed enemy, much better this time. Should I kind of really want to take out the phaser, and I think it's going to be a whole lot easier this time because I've got this fancy schmancy war spear that is going to deal a lot more damage with him and his shitty minions. And especially considering that now I've got the turret and my shotgun. Awesome. Topaz Amulet. Survival +1, all damage taken -10, and long dive attacks cause the ground to ignite. Yes, please. You know, my day was better once I got home. The day job is really asking a lot of me at this point, and you know, we're dealing with it as best as we can. But I'm glad that I get to come home here and hang out and relax with you guys. That's what I live for. So I will say that. How was yours? I hope it was good. Let's see, do I want to continue up towards the ramparts? Or do I want to go on to the ossuary and get towards the boss? Because I feel like our survivability is high enough that we might just be able to make it. Especially with my slow grenades and turret distraction. We might just be reasonably okay. Oh yeah? How so? Okay. Ossuary, open your secrets. Fuck, it was sealed 5 minutes ago. Too bad. I love how it just does not, it's not ashamed to rub it in your face that you waited too long to get here, you bag of asses. Got him. Also, very glad that my shotgun actually uses my survivability stat because, well, it's my highest. At least for right now, anyway. Bam! Oh, he got me too. Gotcha, bitch. Yes. It is you, giant totem man, who were my victim all along. Aha, the green skeleton thought he was merely a distraction. Turns out he was right. Gotcha, bitch. Did I mention how much I love the shotgun? Let's see, what do we got here? Oh boy! That's a bad. That's a bad. I have my war spear, which will make killing him once he has his minions a lot easier, but he still sucks butts. So like, how do we want to do this here? Dodge and get fucked. Dodge and get fucked. And freeze and get fucked. Get super fucked. Got him. Nice. Whoa. Well now. So, the golden amulet that I can pick up here, brutality and tactics +1, I'll lose my extra survival. And instead of my attacks causing the ground to ignite, my attacks will leave flammable oil on the ground. That flammable oil could potentially be super great if I can get a weapon that somehow causes enemies to ignite. Say maybe a new bow that does that. Because, well, I do still need to upgrade the shotgun. You know, it's still doing the job when I can get nice and close. Clearly. But in some of these levels right here, getting up close and personal like that just isn't an option. He says literally getting up close and personal with the last 2 enemies, 3 enemies. Ow. 4 enemies. But you get what I'm saying. I do like though that the game has kind of changed its strategy a little bit. And if I really wanted to try, I'd probably make it through this particular portion of the game with a shield. Actually, I wonder how good a shield would be. Holy shit. In this area, taking on guys like the sortie minis. I forget what they're called. Phasers, maybe? Really, that's the first time that the shotgun did not outright kill him, and that's worrisome for this part. Fuck you. Dive. Dive, dive. And, as it turns out, even diving into a brittle part of the stage still leaves that flammable flame. God, I really wish I had something that set things on fire right now. That would be so fucking great. Got a minute 18 to get through the rest of these enemies. Fuck! I got locked into my bow animation and just could not get out of it in time. Unfortunately, the shotgun is one of the few weapons that you can't cancel your action into doing something else, like avoiding getting hit. So once you start swinging, or excuse me, once you cock that bow, you're in, Flynn. Excuse me, pardon me, just with my critical wall spear. Don't mind me ruining your day. Jesus. Between the constant damage of the turret and my boosted damage of the spear getting crits all the time, that thing did not stand a snowball's chance in hell. Don't mind if I do. Go ahead and just top off that old health bar. And freeze! Bitch! I wonder if there will ever be any more of the enemies that have alternate health bars like that. Most enemies have just the standard use health bar above their head, but that ooze factory, its health is basically determined by the goo that's still left in it, and it's kind of a nice touch. There aren't many enemies that sort of have that reading what's going on in their body way of telling whether they're close to being dead or not. Yeah. I haven't upgraded that very much, and honestly, it might be handy when it comes time to dealing with the boss and having that freeze grenade be on a nice and low fucking cooldown. Heh. Eat spear. Fuck. Eat spear. Fuck. Eat crossbow. Eat crossbow. There we go. It's like he has the literal sliver of health. A light breeze would make him fall apart at the seams. And unfortunately, I just don't have the attack speed to finish the job here. Can't pull it off with this set of equipment. I'm as strong as a hurricane, but I can't hit a fly with a light breeze. Oh, fuck you. Stab me with your spears, will you? I have spears of my own, and are much longer. Ha ha ha. It's not compensation at all. What are you talking about? Ow, ow, ow. You know what? As it turns out, that turret might just do the job for me. Jesus. Yeah, as it turns out, I believe that we're still on the one way forward. It's easy. Fuck. It's easy to get distracted on this stage in particular and kind of lose your way forward, because there are a lot of dips and grooves and varying winding ways that this stage can go. I think I'm gonna go with 4, and that'll increase my health just a little bit more. All the way up to 532. Man, I'm feeling a whole lot healthier than I once was. Suck it, nerd. I feel like I wouldn't be remiss of a, you know, survivability bump, especially considering that ups my damage from my shotgun too. Which, if I'm not gonna be able to upgrade it before I get to the next level, I might as well have it doing the most damage possible, right? After all, since enemies do now drop off of enemies, including the boss, considering how long that boss fight goes, we get a decent number of opportunities to smack him in the face crossways with a shot bow. Yeah, slapping him in the face crossways. That's one of my new favorite terms. Yep. Nice. Dip, dodge, dive, roll, dodge, jump. Fuck. 8,000 souls. 8,000 gold for 16 souls. It's a gamble I'm gonna take again because I've already got 32. Holy shit, that's 50. I am a soul train right now. I'm a one-man soul Train! Ask your parents, kids. I just have to actually get there. Infantry bow 5. Critical blow when it strikes at close range. 100% damage to a burning target. And enemies release a toxic cloud when they die. And it deals basically as much damage with a crit. Fuck. As my full shotgun does with a much faster shot. I have to switch it. I have to switch it. It's too good. It's too good not to, especially considering that it also has brutality +1. No, I'm sorry. That brings it up to 1,600 damage on a crit. Fuck you. Fuck you, shotgun. You're done. You're out. You're done. You're done. You're out. You're done. You're done. You're out. And you make people poison? No, fuck that. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. I'm killing everything now. Yeah, no, that's it. We're untouchable. This is what once was a losing situation is now everything dies. And I love that. I love how quickly that can happen with the right equipment. And bearing in mind the fact that that could all change in a hurry. If I lose my timing, if I were to run into that totem and not be able to stun him with the bow, it could all be gone just that quickly. Just that quickly. I can't snap with my fucking left hand or right hand, and it pisses me off. I'm right-handed, literally everything else that I do, but snapping. Damn. That's a lot of dead cells. And fill me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, germs, it's boss time. The bad news is this war spear is not quite fast enough to be able to hit him once he gets to the later parts of this fight. The good news is I don't care, because I'm gonna be able to slow him down ever so slightly and pump a lot of lead into him. And by lead, I mean this bow. Look at this fucking thing. It's like 500 damage every time. And, of course, remember that over time, those arrows are gonna fall off and come back to your boy, like they are right now. Got 2 back. Wait for it. That's 3, that's 4. You can literally watch them fall off of him as they do it. Bip, 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 bip. And we'll go ahead and use the increased damage of hitting a slowed enemy. Fuck you. While we wait for my arrows to come back. Nice. I say stop your stupid attacks. Stop them, I say. You know, it might be better if I were to actually let the freeze kind of sit there for a second until both his shield goes away and maybe the grenade is closer to coming back around, you know? Like if I wait until he starts kind of doing that number, and then I can hit him, and then I can do that, and then guess what? The grenade's back. Bip, bip, bip. Oh no, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Yep, nice. Stop. Ow. War spear time. Do, war spear time. Yes, I know the rhythm doesn't match, but I am white. I don't think anybody expected anything better from me. Up, up, nice. I see this going a whole lot better than it has in the past. Especially considering the fact that turret is not the weakest we've ever had. Oh boy, that's gonna hit a lot when it comes out. Get out of here. Get out of here, sucker! Yes! Victory is ours! Bitches! The incomplete one was complete when my spear thrust in his side. And now we move back to the collector. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, we didn't beat it within 10 fucking minutes. So, guess what? The door was sealed 7.5 minutes ago. Yeah, you got 10 minutes and 30 seconds to beat that first boss if you want to get past the time door here, just past him. Kind of a dick move, game. Kind of a dick move. But, oh, fuck me. If memory serves, there is another door up there. And I can't get to it yet because I don't have the new movement ability. The one that will let me traverse straight up. Whatever that is. Maybe a super jump? Ooh, like the gravity boots from Castlevania? Symphony of the Night? That would be dope. I doubt it. I sincerely doubt they would give you something like the gravity boots. But that would be really cool. So we'll have to see what it is there. But I imagine that it's gonna have to be after this way. Oh god. Because this is literally the only way that I can go right now. If I want to eventually get to that way. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fat boy. Suddenly, I am not as much of a fan here. Wow. Woo! That's a lot of death being flung around in those crescent axes, and also the little tiny blue skeletons that attack way faster than they possibly should. Fuck you guys. Take my extra slowed down war spear damage. And don't forget, just because this game hates you, that twirling axe of death does damage on the way back. Yeah. How about an amazing straight upgrade to the turret? Deals extra damage to a frozen target and shots pierce the first target. Yes, please. But 100% damage to a burning target is not bad either. Covers the ground in flammable oil. And remember that my dive attacks leave flammable oil on the ground. I just don't have anything that deals flames. I would be using that so much more often. And I believe, well, yeah, my bow does more damage to a burning target too. But again, no ability to cause burning to speak of. At least as of yet. There will be a time for all status effects in this game. Just depends on whether this run is the one that'll support it, I imagine. It's kind of like in The Binding of Isaac, how you have to get good at most of the strategies the game will end up throwing at you, because they will end up throwing all of them at some point. It's a roguelike game, it's random. Eventually you will get all of the things. Might take you a long ass time. You might get very frustrated doing it, but you will. Do it, that is. Oh god damn it, fucking fuck. Oh no. That was about to be another poison grenade explosion, and it would have been my death, because the first one brought me down to 1. Nice. So the Fog Fjords is actually kind of an interestingly laid out level, in that it's pretty straightforward, except for these buildings that'll come along every so often, and they have interiors to them. Those interiors can have anything from shops to just a lot of enemies and a bonus in them. Hell, sometimes they just have enemies and nothing but nicketry, but usually there's something good in there. But one of them will lead to the path that will take you to the next stage. So you kind of have to end up going in most of them, if not all of them, by a certain point. 6, 5, and 5. I don't have any green equipment to take a secondary advantage of the health boost, but tactics. Being able to decrease that cooldown is just too good. Ow, motherfucker. That axe does so much damage. Yeah, because now it's on a 7-second cooldown instead of an 8-second, which I know 1 second doesn't sound like a whole lot of difference. It is. Especially in a game where millis count. Not just seconds, millis count, you know? Like, being able to break out of an animation half a step sooner means the difference between being able to dodge out of damage's way and not, as you just saw. Unfortunately, I can't get through that door. Well, I could, but it would incur a curse. And these enemies just hit me way too much for me to try and take a no damage stipulation right now. I'm sorry. I'm good. We ain't that good. Hell, I don't know. I don't fucking know if the devs are that good. I feel like you gotta practice for a while to do that shit. Oh, oh man. Really hoping to avoid that axe on the way back. I forgot that if he's frozen, he's not gonna catch the axe, you moron. Ow. Good thing the turret took most of that hit. Except for the fact that it exploded all over my face, neck, and chest. And that 800 health suddenly is not looking as juicy as it once was, you guys. Like, seriously, there was a time when that was a lot of health. And I died. And I'm a deadman. And I'm a headless Mossman deadman. And that's just what happens. And that's Dead Cells, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go ahead and call it quits here for the evening. I believe that we've seen a decent amount of the Brutalist update, except for the fact that we didn't see really a whole hell of a lot of it. Because I just can't get that far yet. Fuck me. But if you enjoyed this game, it is available to pick up on Steam, and I highly, 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 highly recommend it. Seriously, this game is amazing. So please pick it up. It's in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Twitch. I believe it's probably available to purchase in the description, whatever you're going to call the title below what you're watching right now. Because these devs need all the support. They've earned it. They've worked so fucking hard on this game to make it something really, really awesome. The pixel art breathes life. You know, there comes a point where you kind of forget that it's a pixel world, and then you look at it and you're like, holy shit, the amount of stuff that they're able to do with just squares is amazing. So support these guys, and we'll be back here tomorrow with more Telltale Minecraft. The next chapter is out, and then after that, I believe it'll be time to finish Batman Arkham Knight. So tomorrow night's gonna be a double header on a weekday, no less. So join me right back here at twitch.tv/timandanswers. My name is Leftwich. We'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. As always, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Yes, I know. I said that we'll see you in a thing twice. Shut up. You're awkward.